This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Oh my God.
Oh, welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody. I'll say it again. If we started the show 10 seconds earlier.
Just 5 seconds. It would have been better.
Talking about taking pictures with digital cameras.
Very old school.
Old school.
Very fun. And you know, part of the fun of it was you kind of forgot what you took.
And you could
then you have to go there and be all excited, be like, oh my God, I don't even remember that.
And then you would upload 1 million to Facebook that next night. Like every picture you had would be uploaded.
No, you're out of the conversation already. We're talking digital pictures.
I know, I would upload
You know, like the,
digital.
I'm sorry, the
digital
Polaroid pictures.
The Instamatic.
I screwed it up.
Yeah.
You were out of order.
All right. Take it easy. Let's talk about something everyone wants to talk about, Taylor Swift, because her fans were devastated after all 3 of her shows in Vienna, Austria were canceled due to a planned terrorist attack. Very serious stuff. Yesterday, the promoter canceled her Vienna shows, which were going to start tonight. In a post, government officials confirmed there was a planned terrorist attack on the stadium, and it had no choice but to cancel the shows for everyone's safety, of course. Fans posted their disappointment on TikTok, with many of them crying and saying they spent thousands of dollars to fly there for the show. Police say a 19-year-old Austrian man confessed he had planned to kill himself and a large number of people. They also found knives, explosive timers, and machetes in his home. A 17-year-old was also arrested for being an accomplice. Police say both men were radicalized online by ISIS. Very serious stuff. I don't think they had a choice but to cancel these shows. I understand the disappointment and the money you spent, but you got to look on the flip side. I'm in Vienna. I'm safe. I didn't die. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people didn't die. So they had to do what they had to do. And shout out to the Vienna authorities for squashing this.
Apparently they followed him, so they've been following him for a while. So amazing job by the Viennese authorities, amazing job. I will say, I thought, oh, did they blow this out of proportion? And then if you remember 2017 in Ariana Grande in Manchester, there was a concert in which there was someone that exploded and killed himself, and there was a big bomb and killed 20 plus people. And in that moment, we found out it was 2 brothers, both radicalized by ISIS, an incredibly similar situation. Now, she did come back later and play a concert to help the families and raise 17 million pounds for the families. So I imagine Taylor will come back and help and be there in Vienna, but there's no, bravo to everybody involved to getting everybody home safely.
This is the world we live in now, Tori.
Yeah,
and
right.
You know, whether it's Vegas, which we never talk about anymore, the Boston bombing, anytime that there's a large group of people, especially people that are there for one thing, kind of celebrating, that is your opportunity. Sadly, I don't know if that's right. That's totally. That especially you know, with people's own agenda, if they're going after capitalism, or they're going after foreign policy issues, or they're going after you know, the fact that maybe a woman is singing about something they don't like, whatever it is. This is where we are, and sadly, we now have a protocol in place, but the silver lining to that is we do have authorities that are able to track this and shut it down before it starts. We are getting better about grabbing these guys before we're doing a different kind of story, Jeff.
Yeah, it's altered life, because every time I go to a big event, whether it's a parade in my neighborhood or a ball game or something, it clicked. It goes in my head.
Do you look at exits?
I'm aware.
I'm an exit girl now. Now I'm like, exit there, and I'm like, whoa.
I'm more focused on people with mustaches, because I'm a little freaked out. No, I'm just joking.
You've been so good.
I'm trying to lighten it up, but yeah, I do look, especially with my children.
With your kids?
It is like I'm always looking, you know, at what's around me.
Yeah, suspicious
it's
activity. Well, good job to the Viennese.
Absolutely. All right, switching gears. I love this story. A controversial statue of Marilyn Monroe in Palm Springs is being moved. You ask why? The 26-foot-tall statue of Marilyn from her memorable scene in The 7-Year Itch sits in front of a downtown park at the entrance of the Palm Springs Art Museum. It's been there for 3 years. I've seen pictures of it. I would love to go see it myself, but some people have called it sexist due to her pose. Okay, other people say it's inappropriate that her underwear is exposed for children to see.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, the statue is going to be moved to a less visible spot in the park.
Jeff, take it away.
Who are they? Who are they? And why are we cowtailing to their demands?
Let me ask you a question before you get going. Do you think it was more than 10 people?
No.
I don't either. I think while we're all walking around, you're thinking it's what to order for dinner tonight with your husband, you and Jordan are goofing around with the boys. There are just a few people that make a lot of noise. You've talked about it with networks before, but just in general, a few people. I remember like season 1 of this show, we did some group and they were called 1 Million Moms Across America, and we found out that it was like 2,200 people. But they were getting things changed because people were like, I don't want 1 million moms mad at us. I don't know when we will stop kowtowing to people that just say that, that say that they're offended. Did you say cowtailing? Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Who cares?
Yeah.
What do we? Yeah, up there. Like the whole, everyone was focused on that.
First of all, Palm Springs, too, isn't that like a movie kind of area with the Frank Sinatra, the campy 50s, the 60s vibe? Like, how is this moment that's a cinematic moment in history? She goes over an air vent, Marilyn Monroe in the 7-Year Itch. The air vent flows up, and her sexuality is shown. May I remind you, she was in control of that sexiness. How is that campiness not perfect for a 21-foot whatever statue in Palm Springs? That's absurd that they would take it down.
And how many children live in Palm Springs?
But
it's not even. Do you go to the beach? Do you open a magazine? Do you put on TV shows?
Thank you.
Who is offended and how many? I want to know, because I've said it a million times in the show. 90% of the content online is made up by 10% of the people. It's people complaining. The other people have no problem with it. But the problem with society today is that we kowtow to those demands when you shouldn't. How about this? When they write in, I want an email that automatically goes back and be like, you're a moron. Beat it. Because I don't care what you have to say, because you're making society worse.
Right.
You and your demands and your victimizing self-grandeur, it's hurting America.
Jeff,
it's destroying America.
It's a personality type.
I just use big words there because I'm upset about kowtowing.
It's a personality type. Some people entertain themselves. It's not even. Some people entertain themselves by complaining about everything. You ask them, "How's your vacation?" Oh, the flight, the hotel. Some people are like, "Hey, the flight was terrible, but you know, we made it. We had drinks. It was great." Some people, that's the way that they go through the world, is complaining about everything.
But why do we have to oblige them?
We don't.
We don't.
But we do. We do in every aspect of society. We do. If it's 5 people that feel victimized, we cancel No, we can't do that. Can't make jokes on movies anymore. Can't say this on Saturday Night Live anymore. Watch what you say about this on there. We're offending 5 people. That's life. Have you ever watched Chimp Empire? I mean,
yes.
Figure out how we really are as beings. Did I just go off there? Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And thank you for the audience participation in this show. Yeah, very strong. Coming up on DBL, Steve Martin is responding to fans wanting him to play Tim Walz on SNL. Listen, that'd be good.
That'd be so good.
And we're talking with Emmy-winning chef Sandra Lee about her new show, Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. Welcome back to DBL. Sad news for Steve Martin fans. He won't be playing VP candidate Tim Walz on SNL.
Come on.
I mean, look at this.
This is amazing.
Steve said he turned down the offer because he's not an impressionist. He also joked he was only picked because he has gray hair and glasses.
No, he looks, I mean, they look remarkably similar.
You know who
That's what he referenced.
I was thinking about, but he's passed away, I think, a few years ago. The guy from The Big Lebowski, the rich guy.
Oh, he's great.
Yes, the guy who gave him the rug. Yeah.
I'm Lebowski.
Yeah, yes.
In the wheelchair.
He would have been great.
He would have been perfect.
All right. Maya Rudolph confirmed she is coming back to play Kamala Harris. Yay! SNL has a long history of stars spoofing presidents and political candidates. Who can forget Tina Fey's hilarious impression of Sarah Palin during the 2008 presidential election? I mean, that's right on.
It was scary.
If you just glance at that, you think it's Sarah Palin. Yeah. Amy Poehler played Hillary Clinton, of course.
Kate McKinnon did too. That's
Alec Baldwin took on playing President Trump. Kate McKinnon was good too.
She was excellent.
Yeah. They worked this one to death.
Forever.
Yeah, he played it every week.
And it was kind of a goofy one.
And Jim Carrey had a brief turn as President Biden.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It went and
I remember him more as the vice president with the fly in his head. Wasn't that Jim Carrey?
Oh, Pence?
Wasn't that Jim Carrey?
No, I think that was...
that was Mike Pence. But
I know, but didn't Jim Carrey play him for like 8 weeks in a row with the fly in his head? Is that right?
No,
I don't know if that was him.
I'm just off today.
But I feel like Jim Carrey was channeling his Fire Marshal Bill.
For sure.
You can just tell he kind of switched that character a little bit.
I listened to the Dana Carvey podcast with David Spade. Fly in the Wall. That's funny, Fly in the Wall. And he does a Joe Biden that he talks about how he does it. He does a lot of turning his hands and touching his nose and itching when he's tired.
You know who does a great Joe Biden is my buddy Frank Caliendo.
Oh, he's
they should
the
call
best
him.
of all.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And who could forget Matt Damon was memorable as Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Some people online said he could play Tim Walz.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I wouldn't because he did this one so good.
He almost like should have earned a jacket for playing this one part. Man, he goes, I'm coming in at 11 and I'm jumping to a 15 real strong.
I just remember, I like beer.
I still like beer. It was so good.
See, that I love that we're laughing about that, right? That's what we need more of. I think they kind of stayed away from Biden. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't want to push
They didn't have a good impressionist, for sure.
They could have won on Biden. Yeah. And I think it would have lightened the load a little bit as to where we are in this situation. Yeah. So they need to get back to kind of equaling out, making fun of everybody because we're just such in a crazy time. And what we want to do, Al, right now is laugh.
That's the genesis of political humor. That's why Louis Black is famous, is because taking politics, which I'm sure he gets a lot more hate mail than he did 15 years ago, but it is any time that there is pressure that is built up, comedy has to be the release valve.
Yeah, you've always said that.
If it's not there, people are it's just going to keep building and building. I really feel like that the Tom Brady roast was kind of for the country. Like, can we just laugh at something really stupid?
It broke it open.
A little bit mean. Yeah. A little bit. I just think these little things, we are human beings. And yes, we can be serious, but we need to release that valve every once in a while.
Yeah, and I think we're all feeling it. And that Tom Brady roast, you're like, can I laugh at this?
Yeah.
And it just kind of relieved the steam valve a little bit, right? And we need to do that more.
Absolutely. Turn that volume up. Come on, SNL.
You didn't like my steam valve?
I did too.
I mean, I'm not doing great today, and I finally got a good one.
And then she went to volume.
Well, yeah, valve, volume, cowtail, all the same.
Oh, man, one mistake and it's over. Coming up on DBL, Chef Sandra Lee is telling us all about why her new show isn't your typical cooking competition. Welcome back. It's a competition show that puts State Fair blue ribbon winners against each other. Earlier, we spoke with the executive producer and host of the Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, Sandra Lee. Check it out.
We're going to challenge you to rethink iconic fair foods and specialty ingredients.
We're talking cakes, pies, and anything else they can dream up.
It is the perfect cake. It's literally making me cry.
She's a culinary icon. Please welcome to DBL the fabulous Sandra Lee.
Yes.
Hello. All right. So last month we had Jason Biggs on our show, and he is actually the host of your new show, Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. Tell us, why did you pick Mr. Biggs?
Well, you know, we had a lot of different hosts that were up for this. And when I created it 12 years ago, I didn't really think about a comedian being a host before. And his timing is so great, and he's so delightful and such great energy, and kept it fresh and light and focused, and then actually knew what he was talking about. There was no other choice. So it's an absolute blessing to get to co-host with him.
What makes this show different than all the other baking shows that we've seen?
Our competitors, and that we level the landscape when they are baking. Some are good at pies, some are good at cakes, some are good at icing. But what we do in the very first competition is we bring it right down. So everybody's on their knees and we build them back up. And when you hit the last episode, which is the 8th episode, you are going to be shocked when those balloons come down and you see who won.
Oh, that's a good teaser right there.
Very good.
So you're an expert at taking prepackaged food and turning it into a delicious dish. So I have to know, you mentioned crying earlier. Have you ever cooked anything so good that it brought you to tears?
Well, every time I cook my fried chicken.
All right.
I make the best fried chicken on the planet. I really do. I'm just... And I do have to say, I bake probably the best brownies that you will ever taste. And that is also a trick of tasting. We teach you how to taste things differently. If you take your, whatever it is you want to recreate, put it in your mouth, a bite of it, close your mouth, close your eyes, take your tongue and push it up in the roof of your mouth, and then rub it around. All of that will go into your tongue, and you will be able to tell what's in it. Is it cinnamon? Is it brown sugar?
Oh.
Is it this? Is it that? And there's a technique to it that you will also learn on this show.
Wow, that's fascinating.
This is the most interesting discussion on food I've ever had.
This is so
Just
weird.
the confidence in which you talked about our brownies and fried chicken. I haven't heard a word you said since then. I've just been thinking about how good it
And
must
Tori
be.
famously tasted chicken on our show one time.
Yes.
And went viral.
Yeah, that I tried Popeyes for the first time. It was a big deal.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God! All right, now you have posted about your weight loss journey that you started back in 2020, but I wanted to ask you personally, because I'm kind of dealing with this too. What was the moment you realized you really wanted to make a change?
After I went on that diet and realized how much I was suffering because I just want to eat in life, and life is too short, and I want fried chicken and I want baked goods that make me cry, and you will see me cry on Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, because there is something so perfect. There is a dessert that I literally say God put on this planet, because it is true.
Wow. The God dessert?
I'm loving your teases here.
Teases,
Yeah,
amazing.
fantastic.
My God.
Before we go, I have to ask you about the amazing gown you made for a party at Versailles. How long did it take you to make this dress that we're looking at right here? That's beautiful.
Gosh.
Okay, I do have to tell you this, and nobody realizes that. That dress is an ode to one of the cakes that you will see on Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, because when I got that dress, it was a peasant dress. And if you see the original one, you will go back to that picture. You will see all these tapes and all these tassels and all of that stuff and the tacking that went into it. I was on my knees making that dress, and all the embellishment and pearls. There is a cake that you will see, I think, in the 6th or 7th episode.
Wow.
that is related to specifically, and no, you are the only ones that actually know that could go viral.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hello.
One of the most incredibly talented people we've ever.
She's Sandra Lee. Are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
Who do you think she is?
I didn't know she designed dresses.
Yeah, well, she does everything. Sandra, thank you so much for joining us. To our audience, I want you to hear this. Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. It hits Netflix on August 9th. I will be tuning in immediately. Thank you so much. You are fantastic.
Thank
Love
you.
that ribbon. We'll be right back. Thank you.
welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Steph, what do you have for us today?
First up, we've got the 2-pack Grillville Triangular Barbecue Scrub Brush.
Oh, cute.
This bristle-free scrub brush removes dirt and grime, leaving you with a spotless grill. Plus, cleaning this brush is super easy. You just run it under water or put it on the top rack of your dishwasher.
I love that.
I know. So we have seen these as high as $36 each. However, we've got a 2-pack for just $17.99, which is saving 75%.
Oh, that's a great gift for somebody.
Up next, we have the Donna and Becky double zipper phone crossbody Leilani. There are multiple interior compartments that fit all of your essentials. Plus, you can take off this adjustable strap and hold it as a small clutch. We have got them as a doorbuster deal, and we have a limit on them, 3 per customer.
Nice.
They've been priced up to as high as $48.
Yeah.
But we have got them for just $10. That's saving 79%. Up next, we have got the 2-pack classic home memory foam cooling pillow.
Oh, wow.
The breathable construction ensures optimal airflow for a refreshing night's sleep. Plus, the supportive memory foam design promotes proper spinal alignment. Now, we've seen these as high as $130. We've got a 2-pack for $29.99. That's saving 77%.
I trust this brand. That's my new buy.
Our last product today is the Olympia USA Lancer Plus 3-piece expandable hard side luggage set.
Ooh.
This 3-piece set is available in 4 colors. This set has been priced up to $700. We have got it for $149.99. That's saving 79%.
Deal of the week, everyone. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Steph, thank you so much.
Suitcases, huh?
Oh, and a cooling pillow. Can I just tell you, when you feel a cool pillow in the night and you're warm, it's going to be a good night.
Look, I don't know if you're being facetious or not.
I'm not. I'm being honest.
But I love my cooling pillow. I love it. And sometimes you flip it and get it really cold, and then you go right to
That's right.
She cowtailed right around that conversation. Right. Bring it full circle there. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Cowtail.